Okay. I think I'm live. In fact, I'm certain I'm live this time. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Oops. Now, I'm just going to be doing a few things in the stream. It's not going to be too long, because I actually have college tomorrow morning, and it's 6 o'clock now, so this isn't going to be a long stream like some of my others, so we will see. So what I'm intending to do is work on probably fix the agitator, or at least work a bit on the agitator, and then I want to start work on the boiler. How's it going? It's going pretty good. It's alright. So, yeah, let's just get straight into it, I suppose. So the first thing, I suppose, actually, I'll update you with what I have been doing over the past few days. Since, obviously, I haven't streamed in a while. And that is actually because I have had some issues, which are now fixed. So yeah, that's good. So we'll just let the game load, and I will basically show you what I have done. If it doesn't crash, of course, that would be lovely. In fact, it might crash, because I have been working on something else, and I haven't tested if that works yet. Hello, Dystopia, or Emily, as you said. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Nicholas, to the stream. Alright. Okay, while that is loading, I suppose I can actually get started, can't I? So while it's not going to make much sense, I mean, actually this is about to finish loading, so I don't really know if there's any point. Hello Lone Wolf, welcome to the stream. Alright, so that's almost loaded. So basically what I want to do in the stream, at least at the start of this stream, is I want to work on rendering the fluids in the agitator. Now, I've made it render the output fluid already. That's done and dusted. It took a while, but it is done. So I basically want to render the input fluids, and if possible, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. If possible, I want to give a sort of color changing thing so that it transitions to the output fluid, but we'll see about that. I don't know how doable that's going to be in a stream, because it might take me a while to figure it out. Welcome to the stream, Lord Talismand. I hope I said that right. Right, let's just wait for this to load. Actually, this world might be corrupted. I think I corrupted this world. I don't know how. I just remember there was an issue last time I tried to load into it. Let's see if that works. If it works this time or not. Okay, so yeah, let's just ignore that for now. We're just going to leave that until maybe later in the stream. So, if I grab my agitator, and the recipe is still water and lava, I haven't come up with proper recipes for it yet. So, when we place it down, there's a few things that you'll notice are different. Actually, there's only one thing you'll notice is different, and that is this toggle right here for the fluid type. or the recipe type. So basically what this is it will allow you to do different recipes. So currently this means it is fluid only. So it'll be fluids and fluids mixing together. Now if we click on it, it changes to fluid, and this is meant to be solid. So it'll mix fluids and solids. And then we also have fluid and gas. So those are the 3 different types. I've just done that on a simple button press right here. So obviously that works. Now currently this doesn't do anything, but I do want to try and implement that in this stream. So let's go ahead, put the water and lava in. It can go in any order, it doesn't matter. I did fix that from the previous stream. And as you can see, the progress bar goes up, but those fluids aren't rendered in there, so that is an issue. Now when it's done, you can see it renders the brine right here, and it also renders it down here. So this took forever. You may think it would be pretty simple to render this. It wasn't. It was a lot harder than you may think, since I had to basically reconstruct the quads. Sort of. It's kind of complex. In fact, I will show you the code, but you might not understand it. Some of you might not understand it anyways. So here I'm basically just rendering a model, and I'm rendering this replace texture model. So what this does is it takes in the original model, which is Agitator fluid. So models block is this model right here, and that is just an untextured model of the area it fills. And then basically to change the texture of that model, you just loop through all the faces, you change the texture, and you also need to change the UV on the texture map. It's slightly complex stuff. Big credits to Gecko for that, as he did a lot of the work on getting that to work, because it completely confused me. So now we should be able to utilize that to basically draw the input ones. So it should be easy. Now I do just want to test putting water and lava in now. So it did actually take in the water and lava, that's fine. But as you can see, it didn't start running because it's already got an output. Now I might change this output. I might change that to maybe like 4 buckets or something. 6 buckets I suppose would make more sense. So this would just be like down there, because it's 1/6. So let's go ahead and see if we can render these fluids. It should be super easy to do, I hope. So let's go Agitator tile entity renderer, and here you can see all the rendering code for just what it does. It's pretty simple stuff. So what we're doing here is we're just getting the output fluid. Instead of that, we can do a simple for loop. So for fluid stack fluid in fluid handler dots. Is there a way we can get all the contents? Yes, there is. Nice. Let's just tab that in. So that will basically just render all of them. Now that's going to render them all at the same place. So as you can see, if I actually go in the game now, I think it's going to render water, lava, and brine. It's kind of hard to tell. I can't see it. Let's try. Let's just try putting water or lava in. So water. Okay, so that is an issue with water. Now what does it do with lava? Okay, lava works fine. So water, the issue is that it's uncolored. Now I think that should be pretty easy to fix, right? So what we should be able to do to fix that, but it is going to be a little bit of a pain. I think for now I am going to leave that, just for now. So what we can do, yeah, because if I put water, for example, in this one, what's that going to look like? Yes, so it's just an overlay on the lava. And is that the same if I put lava on this one? No, that overlays on the water. So it's basically a rendering order sort of thing. Oh yeah. I was very confused for a second there. Yeah, okay, they both turn to brine. So that's basically what it should do, but it needs to do it correctly. So this is going to take a bit of trial and error. Luckily I am on debug mode. So let's do something like, is there a way for us to get the index of it? Fluid handler dot get yeah, we can get the contents dot index of, and if we get the fluid int index, okay, and then let's go down here. Where do we need to do that? Basically here, before we go ahead and do that. So we can do, oh, we're already pushing and popping the matrix, that's good. So we can just use matrix stack dot translate 0 on the x, and for the y I'm temporarily just going to put index divided by 2, no, divided by 3. That's probably not going to work. It's probably going to take us a little bit of effort to get that correct, but it should be alright. We will have to cast this index to a double though. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that's a slight issue. Okay. Okay, I understand the issue that's happening here. Okay, let's delete those. Let's grab our water and lava. Now, if I put lava in there, that goes to the first tank. So that's correct, right? Now, if I put water in the second tank, is that right? What happens if I put water in the second tank in here? Okay, so it's not quite right. So maybe divide by 4. Now, yeah, that looks right, actually. Oh. Okay, so that is the issue. So if there's only one fluid, we basically want to put it at the bottom, don't we? So what we can do to do that... yeah, that's not really going to work for that in that way. And also there's 7 fluid slots, isn't there? So I think if we put more fluids in there, it's not really going to work. Let's have a look. So if I put more water, lava, water, I don't know. Maybe more lava, more water. Maybe I can put some brine in there in the bottom as well. Okay, all of these have a fluid. Yep, they do. So as we can see, it's actually put water in all the slots. No, it's put lava in all the slots. Okay, let's put lava in there. Okay, then let's put brine in. Then let's put water in. No, lava, I mean. Okay, so instantly we can see on this third slot we have an issue. Now, why is this? Why is this? Let's think. It's dividing by 2. So that's basically just putting it back to there, isn't it? Hello AG6, welcome to the stream. Okay, this is going to take a bit of logic. I'm not really sure exactly how we're going to do this though. So if I just do index, right, we should be able to see exactly how it's rendering them. So how many fluids does this have in it? We just want to make sure that we don't put water in here. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh! Oh! Why did that put lava in the output slot? Okay, this is an issue. Slight issue we're noticing here. If I put lava in there, it puts it in the output slot. Okay, and if I put that in... So why does it put lava in the output slot? This is interesting. Oh, I do know why it does that. Because of something we messed up in the tile entity. I remember this from the last time. It was something about... Yeah, here. So what we're doing is we're actually corresponding a fluid slot to an inventory slot. The issue is that we have less fluid slots than we do inventory slots. We need 7 of each, so that'll be 8. Yeah, and there we only have 8. So that should actually now work, presuming we completely and utterly redo these. I just got here what's happening. So what we're trying to do, or what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to make the agitator render the fluids correctly, and it's been a bit of a pain so far, which is kind of how I knew it was going to be. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Okay, I'm instantly noticing that it's not rendering that second lava. Right. Let's do a sys out on the contents here. Let's sys out fluid handler .get contents. How has your day been going? My day has been going alright. I haven't really done much today, to be honest. And we're just going to want to... Yeah, because that's not going to work. I don't think a 2-string will work, will it? No. Alright. Easy fix, really. Just do a for each. fluid stack. Hello Lone Wolf, welcome to the stream. We can just sys out fluid stack, fluid stack dot get fluid dot get registry name, and by doing that we can see it's lava and then completely empty. So why is it not rendering that second lava here? Oh, I see, because it's using index of. Right, okay, that was just a temporary thing. So what we can do, let's just create an int index here. And here just do an index plus plus. That will mean it's oh no, that's not correctly. No, that's also not correct. Index plus plus there. Okay, so that will render them above 1. Now what we need to do to fix this, we first need to scale it, actually. So can we easily scale it? Matrix stack.scale 0. If I just do 0.5, what's that gonna do? I think we need to scale it after we translate it. Okay. Well, it's not happy about that, is it? Is it rendering them at all? I don't think so. Right. Okay, this is going to give us a lot of issues, I think. So I think let's actually move on from this. I think I'll be better off doing this off stream. And also doing this type thing off stream, because that's going to get quite confusing as well. Okay, yeah, let's do that. That's fine. Alright, so what I wanted to work on, the other thing I wanted to work on, is the boiler. So I've already done the basic setup for it, really. So as you can see here, the block works fine, it's rotatable and all that jazz. And as you can see, it does have an inventory. This was just a temporary inventory to make that container and the screen work. So there's a few things I want to do with this. Firstly, I want to make this lid openable, so it opens, and the way we're going to have to do that is by actually using a different model for the lid, or converting the whole thing to a Java model, which I don't really want to do. I think that would just be a bit of a pain, to be honest. I think I actually did create this in a stream at some point. So yeah, I'm going to make this its own model. I think that should be really easy. But that might be famous last words. Let's go open model. Let's go, nope. Why is it not showing me any of my recently opened things? Okay, let's go source, main, resources, assets, Turty chemistry, models, block, boiler, open. Obviously it's probably not going to have the textures yet, that's fine. Okay, now we only want to change one of these to its own model. I think that's just going to be this one. Also, I have just noticed... Oh no, that's fine. Okay, so it's only 4 cubes. Oh wait, no it's not, it's a few more cubes. Right? Yeah. So I'm only going to do the right one. I think I'm going to leave this one. This one won't open, is my plan. So let's control X. What did that just do? Yeah, that didn't do anything. Let's copy those and then delete them in that case. Because apparently control X doesn't work in Blockbench. Okay, rendering fluids for this is also going to be a bit of a pain, but I think it'll be easier. Also, we're going to want to make that lid glass, but that's fine. So let's go to a new... let's save this first. Change file. Textures. Textures. Block. Open. Change file. Open. Change file. Open. There we go. And let's just save that. So save model. Now let's create a new model. And paste. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to want to add, I think it was iron block. Getting this texture UV might be a pain though. Or it might already be done, which it looks like it is. That's good. Now I do want to change this so it has glass in this middle part. I think that should be easy. We just basically need to move that up there, duplicate that and move that down there. Then that allows us to just put glass there. Let's just do the texture UVs for these. And east. Up and down should already be done. Yep, that's good. And then we can just add another part. Move it up. And this will just be glass. Probably just white stained glass. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Obviously these textures more than likely will change at some point. I'll probably steal some texture artist from somewhere. So if I just apply that to cubes, relative, 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 and relative. There we go. And I'm just going to optimize this really quickly. So filter, optimize, confirm. There you go, that removed us 16 faces. Actually, that's going to be an issue, isn't it? Because a lot of those faces, I think, are facing the glass. So, for example, north. Oh no, it hasn't removed north, but it's removed south. Yeah, okay, we can't have it do that. So actually, let's undo. There we go. Because we need to be able to see these. So like down, yep, and north. Yeah, okay. That's great. That's good. Alright, let's export that. File, export block model. We don't need to do any of the display. Now I'm going to call this boiler underscore door. Give that a save. I actually am going to change one thing. I kind of want to give it a hinge. It's going to be kind of hard to do. I think if I can give it a hinge, it might look a little better. Let's change this to like point 2. Change this to 0.2 and move it along and scale it up one. Then that's kind of going to work as a hinge. It's not going to be a great hinge, but we basically do want to set the whole pivot point to that hinge. So if I go ahead with the pivot tool, just change it to there, I suppose. Yeah, sort of. What happens if I rotate that? What's it going to look like? I think... no, that's not good. Okay, we're going to have to manually move it then, aren't we? There we go. That's in line. That's a bit better. Now what happens if I rotate it? Oh yeah, that's much better. Nice. And I do just want to center this pivot point. I don't want this to move at all. So now, but via rotating the whole thing, that doesn't move. Okay, that's very pog. Let's just save that. No, we don't need to save the BB model. Oh, we need to give this a texture. Oops. You can just take iron block. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Relative and relative. The north face actually it doesn't need a texture because it's facing into this. Actually, that's very unnoticeable, but maybe it'll be more noticeable in the game. Hopefully it will be. Now if I actually refresh, we should see it doesn't have a door. So if I just reload when that's done, be done please. There we go. It should now be doorless. Actually, I'm looking at the wrong side. It's going to be doorless over there, not over here. I think I placed it that way round. All of these missing textures make it so it takes an eternity to load. It's very annoying. Okay, so it doesn't have a door on this side. There you go. And that voxel shape looks messed up, but it's fine because obviously there will be something rendered there. So let's go ahead and make this renderer. We can close the game because we're not going to be able to hot swap a class. And let's create a new class. Let's call this boiler tile entity renderer. One question: how to set a specific position for my item in creative tab. I'm not really going to go through that in this stream. But if you want to join my Discord server, it should be in the description of this stream. Then I'm sure someone will be there to help you with that question. Okay, and then if we just add the constructor and obviously the render method, Now what we need to do in order to render a model is call this method here. So that registers the model. Now I think it was boiler underscore door, right? So now I should just be able to render that model. So let's go. How did I do it? I think I got it from the this.render dispatcher dot render get renderer. No, gets. Maybe not. Okay, I think we can just do it from Minecraft.getInstance, or actually, in my case, client utils.mc.get block render dispatcher .render model, and we do need to create that model. So I baked model door model is equal to can we get the model manager? Yes, we can, and we should be able to get model from the location. So that should be, what did I do for the fluid? Okay, I can just copy this little part. Alright, it actually gets it here from the get block model shapes, but we can just do get model manager. That's kind of pog. Okay, and if I put that in, we can just change it to boiler door. This can just take in the model question mark. Which one takes in the model? This one? Okay, so it first takes in a block state. For that we can just use the boiler block state. It doesn't really matter what the block state is. Same for the pos. The light reader is just the world. And then the stack, we have the matrix stack. Vertex builder, we have a iRender type buffer. So we can just use buffering.getBuffer, render type.getTranslucent, get translucent, and then what? It takes in check sides, so that can be true. Then rand will be, I think we can get the rand from the tile entity.getWorld.rand.getRandom, and the model data can just be an empty model data.instance. We don't need to specify any particular model data. Now, where do we put in the baked model though? That's my real question here. Okay, it actually looks like I'm using a completely different renderer. Get block model renderer, I think is what we want to use. Let's add the arguments here. This bottom one will do fine. So what's that? That is the world. Tile entity.getWorld. The model, door model. Then it is the state and the pos. I think we can put null for the state. Just in case, I'm just going to use the tile entities block state. And once again for the pos. Then it's the matrix stack. Then what? It is vertex builder. Buffering.getBuffer. Does it not? It doesn't like that, does it? Idiot. False will change that to true since we have transparency. Then it wants a random. I don't know what it does with the random. But whatever. And then it wants a long, which I don't know what it does with that either. So what I actually just do for the long is I just do tile entity.getWorld.getSeed, and then it's combined overlay, that's correct, and then it's iModel data, which is just empty model data.instance. Okay, and that should render that model. Now we do need to just push and pop the matrix. So that should be easy. Matrix stack dot push. And wait, push is first, isn't it? Yes, okay, good. Good. Matrix stack dot pop. And by doing that, we should now be able to load into the game. We do just need to go ahead and bind that. I'm going to split these into different methods. In fact, yeah, I'm going to do that now. So, public, does it need to be static? It does need to be static. Static void setup screens, and then public static void setup render types, and then finally a public static void bind ters. And then we can just simply cut out all of those screens, put it in there, and just call setup screens. We can cut out all of these render types, which there is a load of. Too many, some might say. Okay, and then we can call setup render types, and then we have the binding of the ters or tile entity renders, whatever you want to call them. Simple, much cleaner. I can actually move that down a bit. Oh, never mind, I can't because formatting says it's not. Alright, nice. Oh, I never actually binded it, did I? Oops. Let's go down here. Client registry. Bind tile entity renderer. Tile entity type init. Dot. Boiler. Dot get. And then boiler tile entity renderer. Nice. Let's run the game. Now what I will need to do is actually go in the tile entity and do the do the rotation on the door. Now currently the boiler doesn't do anything, so that is something I want to work on as well. But I just want to get the door rendered separately first. Yeah, I would... With 1.16, it's a bit of an issue at the moment. I think the main issue with 1.16 is just how unstable it is. It does have a recommended build, which completely got rid of 1.14, which is okay. But the recommended build still isn't that stable. A lot of stuff you still can't do. And mappings are horrible. I just don't want to make a 1.15 and then have to love it to get into 1.16. You won't have to redo that much. In fact, the only real things that are going to change, pretty much everything in a screen class will change, because it will all take in a matrix stack, and you don't call this method, and you don't call the super. So that's pretty much it for screens. Tile entity renderers the same, particles the same, models the same, events pretty much the same. Let's just go through other things. Blocks mostly the same, except everything uses an abstract block now. So instead of extending block, you just extend abstract block. Not much difference. And you need set requires tool. Apart from that, blocks are pretty much the same. Containers, I think, are identical. I'm pretty sure containers are exactly identical. And source slots. What's that? That's an effect. Alright. More events. Fluid handlers. Items are the same. Packets are the same. Recipes are the same. Tile entities are mostly the same, but there is some unmapped stuff, so tile entities are a bit of a pain with the mappings. And if we go to core, initialization is mostly the same, except it uses deferred register.create, which it also does do in the latest 1.15, so that's not really an issue. Packets, yeah, already gone through those. The world is mainly the big issue, the world gen, because a lot of that isn't really possible at all in 1.16, or at least it's very finicky. There's a lot of really not good ways of doing things. It's doable, it's just not recommended. And excuse me, question mark? Oh right, it's not following the block's rotation. Aha. Okay. What we can do to fix that, I think, is we can just do matrix stack dot rotate, and I don't know. I forgot. Quaternion dot. Nope. Okay, I think it was actually a vector free f dot x. Is it going to be XP? Hold up. I need to Google it. Not Euler, angles. Euler rotations. Which one's which? Okay, so I need to change it on the Y. YP dot rotation degrees, and that gives us a quaternion. Now I think we can do tile entity dot get block state dot get boiler block dot horizontal facing dot. I think we can get that to a degrees. I'm not sure what the float is in horizontal angle. Oh wait, actually we can do get rotation right there. So instead of doing that, we can just do our own rotation. I think that should work. Yep, there we go. Oh, wait, nope. What's that done? It might be negative. Does it have an opposite thingy? No. Can we not multiply it? Wait, if I multiply by 180, what will that do? Oh no. Oh no. Heck. Multiply doesn't return a quaternion, does it? Okay. If we do get opposite, oops, let's go back to debug mode. Continue. Where is it? Oh, it's down there. Okay. Right. Why are you down here, though? That's the real question. What did it do before I got the opposite? Where was it? Okay, so that's correct. It just needs to go up. Why does it need to go up? I don't know. But I think we can just do a simple matrix stack dot translate 0 1 1 no 1 0 and oh god, no. What the hell? Oh, no, that's wrong as well. I think because of the rotation, it's completely messed up the translation. Now where'd it go? Ah, it needs to be negative. And that's still not correct. It's 1 off. Why is it 1 off? That doesn't make any sense. That literally makes no sense. Okay, well, I can translate it on the X. If I do matrix stack dot translate and 1 divided by 16. There we go. Oh wait, no, negative. Then we get it in the right place. Now, where actually... I am noticing. It seems to have completely rotated it 180. I'm wondering if we can do maybe a matrix stack.rotate. Vector 3f dots. Let's just go through some. YP rotation 180. XP I don't think is going to be right. I think it's going to be YP. Okay, let's try YP. And then we'll try ZP. Nope. ZP. Sorter. Nope. This is very strange. Okay, is that at least now rotated the right way? No, that hasn't done anything. Alright. Let's try YP. Okay, that's now at the top. Alright, of course, we need to rotate it at 90. Let's change that to 0. Oh! Oh! Oh dear. Okay, no, 180 was correct. Okay, we just need to rotate it on a different axis. So this one will be 90 on maybe ZP. Nope, not ZP. Okay, it's going to be XP. Yes. Okay. Right. Now we need to translate it to, well, actually wondering, going about directions isn't really going to help us. So, let's try 1 there. Where does that go? Okay, -1. Okay. This is working. What if I change this now to 0? Okay. Phew! Okay, that's working now. Alright. Yeah, that's working. I don't know why it messed up so much there. But whatever. Whatever. This game is slightly strange sometimes. I think it's something to do with the rotation point, but I'm not exactly sure quite what's going on. Okay, so that now works. Now I am very scared to get this ticking thing to work. Let's just try something real quick. So let's go tick method. Let's just do really simply. Let's create an int. Private int rot. I suppose hatch rotation. Alright. And do this dot hatch rotation. Oops. This dot hatch rotation ++. So it will increase every tick. Oh, right. Sure, I think. No, this dot hatch rotation is equal compound.getInt. then just write it as well. Since I think without reading and writing, the tester won't be able to pick it up. So hatch rotation. Okay, let's try this. It's probably not going to work. Oh wait, it's actually not going to do anything, is it? Right. That's fine. We'll wait for the game to load before we even try to do anything. Okay. Meanwhile, that is happening. Just going to... Oh, God. Oh god, my whole PC is just lagging. I don't know why. I don't know what I've done. Oh god, what's happening? Everything is lagging. I don't know why. I must have changed something. Alright, hopefully this will load. And then we can test if the rotation will work. I think it's not gonna work, if I'm being perfectly honest. But we'll have to see. I think it's gonna do some very strange stuff. I mean some very strange stuff. I think the main issue is that I don't think matrix stack.rotate takes in account for pivot points. And due to that fact, I think it's going to have a slight issue with where it rotates. If that is the case, I'm just going to use a Java model. I'm going to completely convert it to a Java model. Which means I can also completely get rid of this rendering right here. But I haven't done Java models in 1.15, so that will be scary. Hello, Jed. Okay, I can't say your name. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so if I now rotate, matrix stack.rotate, quaternion dot no, that's not correct. I keep trying to do it from the quaternion, but you can't do that. Vector 3f dot did we figure out which one was correct here? I think XP. No, XP is not right, it's ZP. ZP dot rotation degrees, and then we can get it from the tile. I didn't create a getter for it, did I? No. I can't even make it public, can I? Because I can't hotspot that. Darn it. That's very annoying, because that means I have to reload back up again. Turty, you should upgrade this to 1.16, no joke. What about no? I think that's a very good answer. because then I won't have it in 1.15. And I'm not backporting. That's just stupid. Only stupid people backport. Oops. I want to get the hatch rotation. This is not hatch rotation. And then I can make it private again. I can't hot swap methods, sadly, so we'll have to deal with what we can do, and just have to load up the game more. At some point I will get a hot swapping agent, but to be honest, right now I cannot be bothered to get a hot swapping agent, because it means I need to downgrade my Java. I don't really want to do that. Maybe I can find a way to only have this project use that Java version. I think that would be a bit simpler if I can manage to do that. But I don't know if you can do that with Eclipse. I know you can change it for the workspace, but I don't know if you can change it for the project. Let's see. Java build path. I think you can, actually. Interesting. Well, that's nice to know. Okay. I will take note of that. Maybe at some point I'll add a hot swapping agent to this project then. Because that means I can have 2 Java versions installed, but it's going to require like Java 1.8 and then like 161 or something really old. Alright, after the game finishes its time loading, hopefully it'll work. I'm almost certain it's not going to work, and I'm going to have to go for a Java model, which is actually going to be the first Java model I have in this mod. I'm going to need more in the future. I'm probably going to have to change the Agitator to a Java model as well. In fact, I'm almost certain I'm going to have to change the Agitator to a Java model. Otherwise I can't rotate that center bit, which I need to rotate. Or maybe I can, because it is in the center of the block. Maybe I can. I will think about that. Alright, here we go. Okay. Okay, I am noticing it is not rotating it around one single point, is it? That's moving. That's really annoying. Really annoying. I don't know why it does that. What about if I change on the XP? Nope. Okay, it's YP. I thought it was YP, but I was like, nah. Okay, so we can actually see that that's rotating from completely the wrong side. And it's moving as it does it. Oh, that's gonna be so annoying. I don't really know how to fix that, to be honest. Without a Java model, I don't think that's fixable. Right? So, for that reason, I'm going to make it a Java model, funnily enough. So let's open the recent boiler. Let's plug this in here, or in there. And for all of the cubes, we're going to get the textures back. There we go. Ugh. Why you gotta do this to me? Why? You gotta do this to me. Okay. Oh, and this. Alright, we've got to apply this to cubes. Oops, and this middle one needs glass. Let's import the white glass. White stained glass, there we go. And apply to cubes. Alright. So let's select these. Let's see their pivot point, their current pivot point. Okay, that is in the right place. Okay. So what it should be doing, right? How we want it to rotate is we want it to rotate like this, basically. Right? Which you would think is relatively easy to do, but if we look here, yeah, it multiplies it, and it rotates it basically from the position of the last rotation point. So yeah, matrix stack rotating isn't going to work. Now I have my concerns that transferring this to a Java model is going to completely break the model. But I suppose there's only one way to find out, so we want a modded entity. Okay. Okay. I'll take that. I will take that. Alright. Let's move it in to where it needs to be. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. Hold up. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me I completely messed this up. There's one there. There's one there. Alright, no, this side. Oh god. Oh no, it's two that side and one this side. That's gonna really annoy me. Okay, well, okay. Let's create a texture map for this thing, anyways. So let's go template, confirm. Alright, there we go. That has actually completely broken everything as well. Okay, let's delete this. Let's create a whole new texture from all of these parts. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to even worry about texturing this right now, if I'm being perfectly honest. So what's happened to this man's? He's been completely cut off, hasn't he? Let's move him down here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So the way we're gonna do this, well, I suppose we don't really need to do much, do we? I mean, that's it. Let's go add this in here. Add the texture. Boiler. There we go. And then let's export the Java entity. Source main Java com Turty chemistry client model. I'll just call this boiler model. Actually, that's once again not going to work. We need to add these parts to their own little group. So let's copy, delete, and let's also rename this to base. Create a group inside of that, call this hatch, and just paste these parts inside of the hatch. And I think we need to set the hatch's pivot point. Yep. So let's go up and in. There we go, that's set the hatch's pivot point. So now if I rotate the hatch, let's just check that this does work. Yes, it does. Beautiful. And obviously if I try to rotate the whole model, rotating the whole model is going to be a bit of a pain. Can we do that? If I center the pivot for that, has that changed this? No. Okay, that's good. So it's a per group basis of pivot points. So I can now rotate the whole model, and I can rotate the hatch, and that will still rotate from the same point. So let's change this back. Okay, nice. That works fine. And let's just rotate that back as well. There we go. Let's export this again. Export Java entity, boiler model, save, yes. Close this. Right. Open this up. Let's go ahead and refresh. We're going to need to stop that because that's not going to work. And if we go into client model, we should see it just pop out of nowhere, of course, and it has an error. Not surprised. Not surprised. It doesn't have the package declaration. Easy fix. Import the right. Okay, that is one thing we do want to change. We don't want entity model. What generics does this need? Does it not need any? I hope it doesn't need any. Okay, what does model want? Function of resource location and render type. Alright. Okay, set rotation angles doesn't exist. Set rotation angle probably isn't in the super class. Oh wait, no, we call it. Okay. Let's call the super. So let's look at the entity model. What does it do here? I see. So entity cutout, no cull. So what we want is render type probably gets entity translucent. I think that exists. What else is there? Just out of pure curiosity. So there's loads of entity ones. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so let's just stick with get entity translucent. Do we want culling? No. No, we don't. We don't want culling. Yeah, this is going to really annoy me if I don't do this. Also, let's replace base actually with lowercase base, and replace hatch with lowercase hatch, because naming conventions. Alright, nice. Do we call set rotation angle for the hatch? No. Okay, so we set the rotation point, and we set the rotation point there as well. Okay, let's close that. Let's close that. Now, the real question is, how do we bind this to the block, right? Because this is actually something I have no idea. So, I'm going to try and go through how I think when I'm finding these methods. I think this might be helpful to some of you, because a lot of people don't seem to know how to find methods. So the way I'm going to find it is I'm going to think, I know it's going to be client, so because models are client. So let's look for a client class. So client. Okay, so we have client registry. We have, yeah, pretty much just client registry actually. Okay, but it also might not be client, so let's think model. There's a few model classes, so there's model loader, there's model manager, and there's model provider. Actually no, that's a generator, that's ignore that. So maybe model manager. Nope, okay. I'm thinking it might be client registry. Client registry, what's in here? That registers entity shaders, gets entity shaders, register keybinds. Okay. What was that other model one? Model manager. No, it wasn't model manager. It was something else. Model loader. Model loader dots. Instance. Okay. Okay, let's think. Maybe that's not how we do this. Let's go into the block class. Maybe there was a method in the block class which I've completely forgotten about. It used to be in here, but I'm not sure. It might not be anymore. So we want to override that render method, get render type, and that will take in block render type dot entity block animated. Now, do we have a get render model? What are the model methods here? None. Alright. Okay, in that case, let's look at vanilla. Right? So let's go to the blocks class. We know that chest. Yeah, we know that the chest uses a Java model. Chest. So let's have a look at where this is used. Java search. Tell me where it's used, Eclipse. So it's used in the chest tile entity renderer. That doesn't really help. So here we have the abstract chest model. No, abstract chest block. Do we have the model anywhere? We have register render models. Oh, I see. So we just have the model renderers directly in the tile entity renderers now. That never used to be a thing. I'm pretty certain that never used to be a thing. So what we can actually do is in our boiler mod. I want to keep it into its own model class so that everything happens here. So let's have some getters. So get base and get hatch. Okay, and that will just return these. Okay. We're also going to want our own item stack renderer as well, but that's something for a completely different time. Hello Ilja, welcome to the stream. Alright, so in here we should be able to do... How did the chest do it? Oh, that's the tile entity. It's always good to look at what vanilla does, because it has everything you really need. So it just sets the model renderers, really, doesn't it? I'm wondering, is it public? Are those fields public or are they private? They're private, okay. Okay, that's fine. So we can just have here a private boiler model. And we can set this.boiler model to a new boiler model. So that will just initialize our model there. And what we can do here is call this .boiler model .render matrix stack that takes in the buffer buffer in .get buffer render type .get translucent. Also, we can completely remove this, can't we? Yes, we can. Nice. Packed light would be the combined light. and the packed overlay will be the combined overlay. Red, blue and green, we can just put 1.0f, I think. What does the chest do for that one? When it calls the render? It calls render models. It has a completely different render method actually. Ah, I see, so there's two render methods. And it uses the one which doesn't take that. If we do boiler model dot get base, if we render the base, that should also render the hatch, I believe. Okay, that should work. Let's see if this works. Okay, if this doesn't work, then we know. Well, we know it doesn't work. Let's also remove our thing from the registry. So if we go into Turty chemistry and just remove the special model. There we go, because we don't need that anymore. And let's also just remove that from our assets, boiler door. We can remove the JSON, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to leave that for a little moment until we know that this works. Because if we have to come back to JSON, then we have to come back to JSON. Okay, let's hope this works. While this is loading, I would just like to mention, if you're not already in the Discord server, I recommend you join the Discord server. It is in the description of this stream, as it is in all my videos, all my streams. Why should you join the Discord server? You may be wondering. And simply, I mean, you can get help there. We have 10 help channels. 1 to 4 are just general help channels. Then we have a block item channel, we have a event channel, a resources channel, entity channel, world channel, and a machine channel. So you know, you can get loads of help there, loads of people there to help, and you know, just come and chill in the server. I also do have a showcase and a talk channel for Turty chemistry. So yeah, we have bots as well, which is nice. The bots are used way too much. So yeah, come join the Discord server. So it's quite fun in there. Quite crazy sometimes, but it's quite fun. So the game is now almost loaded. Oh, and also, if you're in the Discord server, you do get announcements when I stream. I always do ping when I stream, or when I make a video, or whatever. Speaking of making a video, I'm actually going to have another video. Oh, hello! Hello! What are you doing here? what's happening here? All right, this is very interesting. Also very cool, to be honest. You can even see all my textures on there. Look, there's I don't know what one that is. This is pretty cool. It's got items on it as well. But yeah, this, I don't know why it's doing this. Do we maybe need to bind a texture before we render it? Maybe. Let's have a look. See if we can fix this slightly strange bug. So, just trying to see, does the chest bind a texture? Maybe. I don't think it does though. So what does it do for the buffer here? So we have iVertex buffer. That takes in this iVertex builder. That gets entity cutout. Let's try get entity cutout. See if that works. So instead of this, we can just put. Oh, that's not what I meant. Buffer in.get buffer, and that takes in this. That should get us a vertex builder. Oh no. It didn't like that. Oh, that calls material.get buffer. And what does material do? Okay, so yeah, that gets it from the atlas. Right, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to find a way to get the texture from the atlas. Or we can just make our own render type. I have made a render type before, but it wasn't fun. And I don't really want to completely bore this stream with making a render type. So, okay, we might just be able to bind a texture, like really simply. So can we get it from a resource location? Oh, we can get it from a resource location. Okay, that should be easy then. So tile entity dot get block state dot get. Well, I suppose we can just hard code it. It really doesn't matter since it's just for this. So Turty, if you make a render type whilst humming, it will still be fun. Maybe it would be, or maybe it would just be fun for you, Ulja. Not sure. I don't know why I'm trying to type tutorial mode. I'm being completely thrown off. And for the path, I think just, do we have to specify textures? I think so. Right? No, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't have to specify textures. So just blocks / oh, we might have to put it in entities. It might look for the entities. So let's call it boiler. Let's see what this does. We just have to go back to debug mode and start it again. Oh, okay. It's also upside down. That's interesting. Okay, so yeah, it can't find that. Let's try put textures in front of it. Okay, that worked. So, let's... How do we do this here? We're going to have to... What does the chest do to get it to render in that way. The chest does something really weird, actually, doesn't it? Okay, I think we can just do a simple matrix stack dot rotate vector 3f dot y, no, not y, x, xp, no, not xn, xp, I think, dot rotation degrees 180. Okay, yeah. Now, also needs to rotate. Now, I'm wondering if it's gonna face that same way every time. Oops, I just broke it. Idiot. Idiot. Okay, so that rotates the right way. And if I rotate it, okay, if I rotate it this way, is it always going to face the same way? Yes. And let's just try rotate it this way as well. Yes. Oh, no, like that. Okay, I see. So we want to rotate it by the block's rotation, basically. So rotate it by tile entity dot get block state dot get block, no, dot get boiler block dot horizontal facing dot to rotation. Hopefully, if I now place it down, no. What if I comment this out? Nope. Okay. Okay, but that does now make it rotate the right way, doesn't it? Yes. Okay, so we instead need to rotate this by 90, not 180. Or it's going to need to be Z, isn't it? 90 on the Z. No. X. Wait, why is it rendering 2? Oh, there's one over there. That's why. He's doing some very strange things. I don't really understand what's happening right now. Okay, so why is it rotating it like that? Is it this line? Okay. Let's rotate it on XP. So, after it's rotated this one, let's do a matrix stack.rotate vector 3f dot xp dot rotation degrees 90. Okay. Okay, so now it's just going to be a simple translation of how much. Maybe 0.5 on one axis. Let's try to figure out what that axis is. So matrix stack.translate. Let's just try 0.5 like that. Okay, yeah, that was actually correct. Then we want to translate it once again 0.5 maybe on the Z, or negative 0.5. And then up by, what is that, 1? Just 1? No, 2. Up by 2. Or negative 2. Because it's inverted itself for some reason. Nope, 0.5. 1.5, I mean. Okay. Oh. Bruh. Why is it working for that, but not for that? Okay, if I change this to 0.5, that works on this one, but not on that one. So I think we're going to have to do a little switch here on the facing. I mean, what would be better is if we did it in the model, right? But that's going to be a pain. That's going to be a real pain. Because we can't hot swap that. Okay, let's just do a switch on facing. It's not the best code, but it's going to work. There's no real downside to doing that, other than it being bad code. But it'll work. It'll get the job done. Let's also just make this a bigger hole so that we can test rotations later, because I know we're going to have a bit of a problem with that. Where's the origin set at your model? It is set at 0, 0. It's a Java model issue. I've had it before. Chests by default offset it, so it's not at 0, 0. They do some... Well, at least I think it's a 0, 0. Select all the cubes and rotate them 90 degrees. What? How would that work? Also, I didn't save it as a BB model, so I don't think I'm going to be able to open this. I can, okay. So yeah, this is centered at 0, 0, which is the issue here. Also, delete these. Go away, go away. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's not. Okay, I think I see the issue here. So what needs to happen is... Why can I not move that? Okay, there we go. So, that's 0. That's 0. So it actually needs to be there. Let's try this. Let's just save it on the desktop purely because I need to get that. Okay, so what we just want is these, since these are going to be the only things that have changed. And let's just change this in the boiler model. I keep wanting to call it the Baylor model. It's not what it's called. Oh, apparently... Is it just this part? No. It's until a set rotation point. Does it not call set rotation angles, like, by default? Or did I copy it wrong? That's not calling set rotation angles. Why? Question mark? I'm not sure why it's not doing that anymore. And that should mean that we don't need to do any translations or rotations. So let's comment this out. Source, comment, generate, comment, toggle comment. There we go. There we go. Okay, and if we just grab a new model, we still have an issue. That's actually probably the rotation, this thingy. Set rotation angle. Nope. It's going to be the set rotation point, isn't it? What if I don't set the rotation point? Okay, that didn't change it. Right. Because where's the rotation point right now? Oh, no, that's correct. That's correct. Where's the rotation point of that? Yeah, that's fine too. So, why... This is at 0, 0, 0. That's the pivot point location. So that's also the move location. So that's fine. So why is this now not working? Get rid of that. Let's try do a restart. Oh, just hit my mic. I apologise. I don't know how loud that was, so when I hit my mic, I'm like, it didn't sound that loud to me, but I know that it's always much louder to you. Okay, I'm just going to look at the chest again. Do they do any translations at all? They do. They translate by 0.5. They rotate. And they translate again. Is this something I can just do for mine? Let's see. There's only one way to find out. So we want boiler block dot horizontal facing, and that will be tile entity dot get block state. I'll just call this rots. Sounded like a truck running someone over. Okay, nice to know. I'm not entirely going to question what you know that's how you know what that sounds like, but sure, I'm not going to question it. Okay, once this loads in, we should hopefully see that it works. And then sadly, I'm actually going to probably have to end the stream shortly after it. I don't know. I don't know how long I can stream for tonight. We'll see. I did kind of want to get the actual working of the boiler done, but maybe I won't have time. I don't know. I want to at least start on it, so I'm going to do that straight after we get this working. So let's load this in. Single player. Okay, place it down, and no, of course it didn't, so this just isn't doing anything. Oh, I'm not pushing or popping. I need to do matrix stack.push and matrix stack.pop. I don't know why I wasn't doing that. I must have accidentally removed it at some point. That still didn't do anything. Of course it didn't. Why didn't it though? Why didn't it? Let's remove this. Okay. Okay, we need to rotate it 180 on the X. So matrix stack dot rotate vector 3f dot xp dot rotation degrees 180. Okay, now that puts it back to where it was before. We're at the exact same point we were at before. Oh my god, I hate this. We're literally at the exact same point we were at before. Because if I rotate, if I now go ahead and place one with like that, oh, it does work actually. Okay, so yeah, it is literally just the translation now. So what we want to do is translate by 1. Let's move the translate after the rotate. 1 second. Maybe that will do something. Right. It has done something. Whether that something is beneficial or not is a completely different question. So I think I'll have to remove this. I don't think the issue is with Blockbench. I want to say that it is with Blockbench and not just me being dumb or something, but I don't think it's an issue of Blockbench. I'm not really sure exactly what the issue even is. Now, let's just try rotate 0.5. This is probably going to be a lot of trial and error, and it might not really be worth it. Okay, what did that do? That moved it the wrong way. So if I do negative, that also moved it the wrong way. Wait, no, I'm adjusting the wrong thing. Okay, so that can stay at 0. Let's just do 0.5 on that one. Also the wrong way. Negative. That's better. -1. Takes it the wrong way. Oh, I give up. I give up with this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this in this stream. I'm not doing it in this stream. I'm going to do it at some other time. I'm not going to worry about it right now. So, let's go ahead and actually do some of the code for this thing, instead of trying to get it to render, because rendering is stupid. Let's remove this hatch rotation completely for now. It doesn't need to exist. Okay, let's terminate. Probably shouldn't have terminated, but whatever. Let's get some code running and make it actually do something. So, I suppose I first need to do the GUI, don't I? So I actually know what's happening. So let's open paint.net. Now, I don't really know how I want the layout of this to work. I think I'm going to have it so there's one input, and that will just be a slot. That is just simple item slot. So let's just try to do this as I'm saying it so it makes more sense. Let's paste this. Okay. Let's just move this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's correct, isn't it? I think. Is that correct? Yes. Nice. Okay, so that will be the input slot, just as per example. And the input slot, let's have a let's have an indicator for that. So let's just go to the agitator real quick. We just want one of these. Okay, and move it along. How does that look like that? That looks okay actually, but I don't want it like that. I don't think I want it. No, that'll be fine like that. And actually having that one slot high is weird. Really weird. Let's move it down a bit. Down, down. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so that will be the input slot, and then this will fill up with the fluid and just show how much fluid is in the input. And then we basically want the same thing for the output, except 2 slots. Well, I suppose just 2 of these actually would be alright. So if I do that, that's not quite going to fit. Let's do it there. Copy paste and do one there. And And I'm actually just going to move that one to the right. There we go. Okay, this will be the input slot. This will be output for liquid. This will be output for gas. Yeah, that should be fine. We might need to move it down a bit more, actually. I'm just trying to think of like the name up here. I don't want to move it too much down because obviously then we won't be able to get the name down there. Unless we make the GUI bigger, which would just be an absolute pain. Okay, so let's try that. Let's see how that looks. Also, I did do 3 slots, didn't I? No. I did 2. Of course I did. What an idiot of me. I need to change that somewhere else, don't I? No, I don't. Okay, let's close that. Oh right, we don't have the game running, so we can't test that anyways. And this can go away. Sure, you can be a BB model if you really want to be. Models, there we go. Okay. Let's ignore the tick method for a second. Let's just get these slots set up. So let's go to the container. As you can see, if you have a keen eye, I have got a different setup for the container. That's actually going to be a permanent thing, and I am thinking of doing a tutorial explaining why at some point, because it's a bit confusing. I didn't really understand it at first, but it's basically a server client thingy issue. Hey, to anyone in the comments who might remember, has Turty done anything in these live streams regarding placing blocks in a direction based on the player's relation to a custom already placed block? Relation to what? That doesn't even really make sense, if I'm being perfectly honest. So you want to place a block with a rotation based on an already placed block. Interesting. But then my question would be, how do you know what the already placed block is and where that already placed block is? I mean, it sounds interesting, but I don't really see how you would go about executing that without knowing where the other block is. So yeah, let's go in here. Let's just go boiler inventory. We don't want a loop, actually. Let's do this to add slot, a new, I think I have a boiler slot. Boiler slot. I do not. Okay, that's fine. Because I have an item handler slot. Wait, no, it's slot item handler, isn't it? Slot item handler. No. Slot item handler. That will take in the slots. It will take in 0 as the index. And then for the X and Y, 855. And we just want that 3 times. Change the index to 1, index to 2. The Y position will be the same, but the X position changes to 98 and 134. 98, 134. Okay, that should add these slots. And then we can do the fluid thing really easily. Maybe? No. It won't be too easy. It should be alright, actually, though. So if we go down here, we have to send a packet for it. Let's just copy this little part here. Let's override, detect and send changes. Put this in here. We want this method here, receive and get output fluid. We actually don't want get output fluid, we just want to get fluid specifically. Or no, that's get output gas. We're not interested in the output gases though. We're more interested, because the output gas should be synced. That shouldn't really be an issue. Okay, for now, because that's rendering based, we don't really want to touch rendering much more, or at least I don't want to today. So I'm just going to have the gases here. So we'll have no, not gases. So we'll have fluids, I mean. So we'll have input fluid and output fluid. And then we have the output gas. Okay, that's fine. Or if I just do tile.world, does that give me the same warning? No, because it doesn't exist. Alright. So I'm just trying to figure out what this is going to do here. Okay, so this is doing an agitator fluid packet. We need a new packet, which will be a boiler fluid packet. And this will not extend anything, idiot. It will just take in this jazz. Okay, we'll change this to the correct thingy bobbies. And boiler container. So we do need that receive fluid method. Basically the same as receive gas. But we want to receive input fluid. And this will take a fluid stack instead of a gas block. And this dot input fluid is equal fluid. And actually let's just copy that for the output, that'll be much simpler. Receive output fluid, this dot output fluid. Now we're actually going to want to use several different things here. Let's paste this again. We'll change output to input. Input will be 0, output will be 1. That will be 1. That will be 1. That will be 0. That will be 0. And once again, it's not an agitator, it's a boiler. Okay, so it will... Oh, that's going to be an issue. That's going to be a slight issue. We're going to have to pass an int for that, aren't we? So we can just do something like 1 and 0. Int fluid. Nope, we can't call it that. Int index will do. Index. Index, and then packet buffer dot write int. If anyone is wondering, this is just a simple packet basically, which allows the server to communicate with the client and vice versa. So buffer.readInt. Okay, and then if this.index is equal 0, then we'll receive the input. Receive input fluid, and else if it's 1, oh dear, then we'll receive the output. We don't want an else, we don't want it to do it. We don't want it to do anything otherwise. Okay. That should work. Let's just see, anything else? Move that to 1 line. Just make it a bit neater here, since it's already quite messy. Seeing anything else? What are we syncing? Temperature, running time, max running time. Alright, that's fine. Okay, we've got input fluid, output fluid. We're calling the super twice. We don't want to do that. We should really be having this one before this one. But I suppose if we just have it as 2 if statements, that wouldn't really be a problem. And like that. Meaning that either of those could fire 2 packets. It would probably be better to do something with just firing 1 packet and try to figure out exactly what to do, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, that should work. So let's go close that. Let's go into the screen. Client screen, boiler screen. Okay, and we're going to want to render another fluid, so I'm just going to copy this from the agitator, draw fluids, and also these render tooltip things. We're going to want that as well. plonk. And then what else? We call draw fluids in the foreground. So foreground just below the text. Now here we're directly getting the output fluid. So let's change that to input. Get input fluid. Is that what it's called? Do we not have access to the input fluid? I thought we just literally did that. Or am I going insane? I might be going insane. That's completely possible. Okay, so it looks like I just didn't make any getters for it. Okay, easy breezy. So after we receive the input fluid, we want to have a getter for that, and then for the output fluid, we also want a getter for get output fluid, and that will allow us to get the input fluid. Input. Okay, let's figure out the x, y, and width and height. So width and height will be fine. The x and y will be 27 and 13. So x 27, y 13. Okay. Width is also 13, height is 57. That's fine. I suppose we should really call it input x. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Maybe we should have draw fluid, and then that takes in the fluid stack. Fluid stack fluid. And instead of just using input, we can just use fluid here. And then we can have the int x, int y, int width, int height. So we can draw fluid, this dot container dot get input fluid, x 27, y 13, width 13, height 57. Now I'm actually going to move this client utils just to save some time here. And 57, that's actually going to need to be the height. There we go, and that will get us the scaled height. Nice. Okay, and now I can just go ahead and move this to our client utils, and that just means I can access it really easily, so I don't have to create the method every single time I want to draw a fluid. Oh, we also need the texture. Right. Resource location, texture. Can I do that? No, I've never tried to do that before. I don't know why. Yeah, that can be final. That can be final. X can be final. And width can be final. And also heights can be final. Wait, I think they can all be final actually. Yes, they can. Poggers. Okay, so then, yep, that can be called from any class basically. Now that does just need to take in texture. There we go. So that will draw our first fluid. Then let's copy paste. Get output fluid. And then we want something slightly different. So let's go once again to the agitator. And not the container. Agitator. Is it the agitator? No, it's the electrolyzer. So I'm drawing the oxygen and hydrogen here. So it's basically the same, right? So I can actually just change this to draw fluid or gas, or not really actually, can I? Okay, let's create the same method but for just drawing a texture. And that won't take in the fluid, it will just take in the texture. Let's go to the screen. How does it do it? Okay, I'm actually going to copy this. Okay, paste it in, and I'm just going to move it around a bit. So height. So we want final int stored amount, final int max stored amount, and just change these around there. Scaled height, that'll be height. Times max stored amount. If these are floats, then I don't need to cast that to a float. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to simplify this as much as possible. So we don't need to draw 3, of course. That would just be scaled height, and that can be the X pos, and that will be the X pos again. Oh wait, that draws the fluid. What did the other ones do? They just did it off a resource location. Alright. So that will take in X, height, height, X. There we go. Now, what happens to the scaled height here? Water height. Okay, so that's used instead of the heights in here. This one and this one. There we go. And I think that's it. So now I can actually use, oh wait, no. This right here needs to be texture. Right, and then I can actually call that from my other classes. I'm not going to do that right now. It's not important. So we draw the texture. So we can now call client utils.draw texture. Draw texture. There we go. Now, what is this going to take in? Let's have a look. So it will take in the texture of the gas. So this .container.get output gas .get registry name, and then it will take in the X position and the Y position. So let's just get the output X and Y. Well, the X will be this different, and Y will be the same. So 117. Wait. Yep, there. And for the output, it is 153, 153, 13, 13, 57. Stored amount will just be 1000. And the max stored amount will be this .container.get tile. Do we have like a gas? I suppose it'll just be 1000 actually, won't it? Alright, yeah, that should work. That should work pretty dandy. We want to render the hover tooltip. So this.render tooltip, and we want to do this a few times. So it's this one. Okay, the first one will be this.container.get input fluid. .get display name, .get formatted text. Then we have the mouse X, the mouse Y. We have the left, the right, the top, and the bottom. So let's have a look here. The furthest left we want is here. So that is 26 and 12. 26 and, oh wait, no, 12. Right, and then we want the bottom right, so 40 and 70. I think. And then we want to copy paste this for the output fluid and the output gas dot get translation key, maybe returns the unlocalized name of the block with tile dot appended to the front. So that can just be a new translation text component of this, and then we can get the formatted text from that. Okay, now the Y's are going to be the same, it's just the X positions. So the first one, 116 and 130. So 116, 130, and then 152, 166. 152 166. Okay. Finally. That took a while, but hopefully it should work now. Let's run it. Let's see if it'll work. With some fingers crossed, it should work. And we should have a successfully drawn GUI. So if anything, we have done something. Or hopefully we would have done something. I don't think I'm going to have time for the functionality, sadly, because it means I'm going to have to do recipes and all that. And that's a bit of a pain right now. Let's close this. Let's close the client utils. What we can actually do is call the client utils in the other thingies. Right now I don't think I'm going to do that. Oh, we also want a progress bar here, but I haven't even considered doing that yet. That'll be one of the last things I do because it doesn't matter. It's not important. And it will change in the future anyways. I might be able to... No, actually I won't be able to. I might be able to stream on Tuesday, though. I won't be able to stream tomorrow. Because I have a few videos to record. And also, I'm at college like most of the day. So I won't be able to record one tomorrow. Or stream tomorrow. No, I won't be able to stream tomorrow, but I'll be able to record tomorrow. And then Tuesday is, I think, going to be my day off. I think. So I'll probably stream on Tuesday. Maybe record on Tuesday too, depending on how much I get done on Monday. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I'll stream on Tuesday. I can't stream tomorrow, but I probably can stream on Tuesday. Not on Wednesday. Wednesday I've got college all day. Thursday, Friday I'm free, so I might stream on those days too, depending on what I'm doing. We'll see. Okay, hopefully this will work with some luck. Let's open it up. Okay. Instantly we are seeing something. Alright, so we can see this text collides. That's not an issue, we can fix that. Why does it have helium gas? Oh yeah, the default is helium gas. Right. And that doesn't have a texture. Okay. Okay, I'm going to move these texts around. I'm going to move the inventory one down. So the Y, I'll move to 73. Okay, and for the boiler, I will just move that up. Up 2. Why doesn't this have a hover over? It's interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, let's move that up maybe 2. Let's see if that's okay. Ooh, not quite, not quite. We'll try and move it up 1 more. I think I do have another machine all the way up there as well, so should be okay. Yeah, that's alright. I'll probably move this down 1 and then I'll move the inventory down 1. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. So let's go to the inventory. Let's draw this at 74. and then I can move this down back to 4, go back to the texture, and just move this whole thing down. Just fill that in. Okay, we'll have to refresh in here. And if I reload, that should fix those. And then we'll have to do something about this texture. I'm not really sure how to do that. I think I'm going to create a getter in the gas block, which tells it what the GUI texture is. I think that's probably going to be the best way to do that. That didn't really work. That texture didn't reload, did it? Right? I'm not sure. That'll do for now. I can't really see, actually. I think it did reload, actually. Alright, so yeah, helium gas is an issue. This one is weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Render tooltip, okay. So that's at 26 and 40. And then we have one at 166 and 130. So, 116, not 166. Whoopsies. There we go. Simple problem. Okay, I'm actually going to do that right now. Let's go into the gas block. Okay. And we want a public resource location. Get GUI texture. Yeah, we'll have to terminate, but that's okay. By default, we will return a new resource location. Let's just go into the electrolyzer here. By default, I think I'm just going to return the hydrogen, because that's all I have at the moment. I don't have an oxygen gas block yet. But when I do, well, no, I suppose hydrogen should be default anyway, shouldn't it? So then we can call where is it? Here. Get GUI texture. Actually, if I pass it into the constructor, so resource location GUI texture, and then have a private resource location GUI texture. This.GUI texture is equal GUI texture in, and this can just return this.GUI texture. And then that means in block init, we can just have that little thingy. Wrong place. There. There we go. Close those. And run again. Oh, actually, wait, no. We just need to refresh the resources because I saved the texture. There we go. Now if we run, it should work. Let's just close Spotify. Doesn't need to be open. Okay. Hopefully what we should see is the same texture for the helium that is in there by default. Now, the one issue is that it's storing a gas block, and the default gas block is helium. And the issue with that is actually, I don't think I have a helium gas block. Do I? Was it helium or was it hydrogen? Am I going insane? I might be going insane. Was it helium or was it hydrogen? Nope, that's the agitator, you dumbo. Helium. So I don't actually have hydrogen gas. So what I'm going to have to do is just change this to block. And then I can just change this simply to blocks.air. I think that's going to be the best way to do this. Oh, I'm going to have to... Whatever. That's fine. I'll have to just change this around a bit. Where else am I defining that it's a gas block? Probably in the packets. Boiler fluid packet. Right, am I defining that it's a gas block here? Nope. I will have to check that the blocks aren't equal though. That is something I didn't even think of. If that is actually something to think of. I'll need my own packet for that. No, I mean I'll need a different packet for that. I'm not going to worry about that then. Not right now. It's not important. And also, I keep going on the agitator because I still need to fix the agitator, and I know that in the back of my head. I think I define it as a gas block here. Yep. So that needs to be blocks.air. I'm probably going to make like a gas. So like it's not a block or an item or a fluid. It's just going to be a gas. I'm really considering doing that. Oh, that gives us an issue though, doesn't it? Because now we don't have that get GUI texture. So okay, then we can cast it to a gas block and call this dot container dot get output gas. No, get output gas. Dot get GUI texture. Else we can just do this dot container dot get output gas. Get output gas.get registry name. I think that will work. There we go. And if we run the game now, that should work fine. I think. Let's just check through. Okay. Attempt number too many. Let's see if we can get it to work on this attempt. Okay. Oh, I actually said last stream that I was going to show the Patch Louis book I had. It's not great because I haven't really done much on it. And I did kind of give up with it because I'm going to do my own book. But I guess I'll show what the progress I have on it. It's alright. But, yeah, I can do my own book. I don't need Patch Louis. I don't really know how you're meant to actually say it. Patchouli? Yeah, I mean, the reason I used Patchouli is because I was useless with GUIs previously, but now I think I can probably do it. I've done so much GUI work since I added Patchouli, but I don't think I need it anymore. Okay, let's load in. And I'm probably actually going to have to end the stream soon. Because I do have to get up quite early tomorrow. Which is quite a shame. Okay, let's see. Same issue. Alright, because air doesn't have a texture. Of course it doesn't. Why is that not full? The Y position I think is slightly messed up there. Oh yeah, we changed the Y, didn't we? Okay, let's go client screen, boiler screen. So where we did the Y, we just need to move everything down, right? So 13 will all become 14. No, wait, no. 13 there, because that's height. And that's height.
Don't forget you got college tomorrow, Ryan. Not too late at night.
So that goes to 41. This just goes to 131. This goes to 167. Wait, no. 117, isn't it? No? Yes? I think so. I'm very confused right now. That's the Y. I think this is all completely messed up, if I'm being perfectly honest here. Because now I've got really confused. Let's have a look. Okay. For the first one, the top left is 27 and 14. Okay, 27 and 14. And the width and height, 1357. Okay, then the bottom... Wait, 27, 14, not 41, you idiot. Okay, then the bottom right... Wait, no, it needs to be up here. 26 and 13. Hold up, this is confusing. Okay. So the tooltip is just basically one less than this. Right. Then the bottom right is 40 and 71. So... Why is that completely messed up? Question mark? $40 and 71. Right. And then this one, 116 and 13. 116 and 131. What? Okay. And that's 117 and 14. Okay, that's correct. And then 12 and 70. What? Oh, I'm an idiot. I see the issue. Okay, so the issue is I'm doing X left, X right, and then Y top, Y bottom, not X left, Y top, X right, Y bottom, which would have been much simpler. I'm actually going to move that around. I think that will fix the issue here. Wait, no, it needs to be X right, then X bottom. Right? Okay, yeah, that'll work. And then we have, if we see here, 152 and 13. So this should be 153 and 14. Yep, okay. 152 and 13. And the bottom right is 166, 71. 166, 71. Okay. This should work. Okay, yeah. Why is there no tooltip here? My guy. Come on. Why? Okay, 116 and 13. 116 and 13, and the bottom right, 130, 71. 130. Nope. 130, 71. Okay, there we go. Whew. That was painful. That was painful. Okay, we need to fix this. Right. How do we fix this? Oh, it wants a resource location. I assume it doesn't need the .png though, actually. Okay, unable to find. Oh, it's textured block, isn't it? Unable to find textured block error. Unable to find textures block air.png. Okay, let's try remove text. Oh, well, I suppose that'll work actually. Block air.png. Yeah. Same issue again. Yep. I just wanted to draw a blank texture. Is it really that hard? Well, what if I put null? What does it do? Don't crash, please. It did crash. Of course it crashed. Why did I think that wasn't going to crash? Okay, maybe I can just do this in an if statement. Right. So if that, then it draws the texture. That means we also don't need this, and we don't need this, we don't need this. What did I remove which I didn't want to remove? Question mark? Right, yeah. So that needs to move down. That needs to move there. And that needs to move there. And that means it's not going to draw the output gas if there's nothing in it. Okay, good. Maybe instead of air we want to draw empty though. I don't think we can really do that actually. Okay, well, I know that's going to work. I'm not going to go through and test if it works because I know it's going to work. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here. Yeah, I'm probably going to stream again on Tuesday. If I do, I will announce it when I wake up in the morning. So it'll probably be a lot earlier for some of you than when I normally announce it. But it will still be announced. And the stream will probably happen around the same time. Actually, no, it won't. It won't happen around the same time. It will happen... If it happens, it will probably happen about 1 PM BST. If it happens. It's actually going to be a real pain to fit that in, now I think about it. Maybe I can do it on Monday night. I'll see. I'll make a post about it like I normally do before I stream. And if you're on my Discord server, you will get much better updates on that, because I can't constantly make posts to YouTube. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. If you did enjoy, please do be sure to tell me in the comments, and also leave a like, because otherwise I don't know if you guys enjoy these streams. So you need to tell me. And if you don't enjoy these streams, I would also love you to tell me that you don't enjoy these streams, since it's helpful to know how many people enjoy it and how many people don't enjoy it. So yeah, be sure to subscribe in order to not miss a stream. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next stream or video. Video will probably come next and then stream. But yeah, goodbye.